The Backrooms is a seemingly infinite maze of bland walls and floors that is only accessible through no clipping or falling through the real world. However, there are horrors inside, a monster that lurks around every corner slowly approaching to swallow you whole. But what animatronics from the FNAF series could be in this horrific multi-leveled maze that we've still somehow missed? That's what we're exploring yet again today. Let's do it. And at 10, Plush Babies. Plush Babies are 3 plushie antagonists in FNAF Help Wanted. They are plush versions of Circus Baby and are a part of the Freddy Fazbear Virtual Experience, the game that we playtest in that game that we play, which is already a whole other can of worms, but whatever. The Plush Babies, as the name suggests, are plushies based on Circus Baby. They are small and white with orange hair, red noses, red cheeks, and blue eyes with eyelashes. The 3 are distinguished by their dress colors of red, blue, and yellow. The blue plush baby has red stitching on her torso. The yellow plush baby is missing her right eye. Around their eyes they have black outlining sewn onto them resembling the faceplates of Circus Baby. And in their black light level, the plush babies are replaced by their black light counterparts, the Scrap plush babies. Their appearance is more based on Scrap Baby, with more greenish eyes, which based on the baby animatronic is certainly going to make things confusing, because I doubt that these dolls are possessed by Elizabeth. However, while the original Circus Baby did have blue eyes, Scrap Baby was only shown with green eyes, which could explain the difference. But either way, okay, these little buggers are everywhere, so their dark room would absolutely be in the back rooms somewhere. I wouldn't doubt it at all. And at 9, Radioactive Foxy. Radioactive Foxy is one of the Wasteland themed skins in the Wasteland event of Special Delivery. Radioactive Foxy is almost identical to normal Foxy, the only difference being that Radioactive Foxy is glowing neon green, and his body is actually kind of translucent as well, making his endoskeleton fairly visible. It also features a faint radioactive symbol on his stomach, and a dual hook consisting of a different design compared to that of Foxy's normal hook, because he's radioactive and therefore he's mutated. Get it? Well, you know this thing is creepy enough to be in the back rooms by default, okay? Not being put there, not being placed there, not falling through, just being there from the start at the moment of creation. Hell, the back rooms may have been created to contain Radioactive Foxy. The dude is an actual menace. And at 8, VR Toy Freddy. VR Toy Freddy is a neon themed skin of Toy Freddy released on May 7th, 2020. He is also the first skin for Toy Freddy in FNAF AR Special Delivery. He is the first of 3 skins in the Arcade Mayhem event, and honestly, these 3 animatronics, they would all make sense in the back rooms, okay? I've put them all on the various lists. They've been like 1 per list, and they would be. VR Toy Freddy appears to be of similar nature to Toy Freddy Fazbear, almost sharing the exact same model with him, but this one is wearing VR goggles. His appearance is almost a dark neon purple and black, which also applies to his hat, bow tie, and buttons and microphone. He's textured with a few cyber-styled circuit lines and wears a VR headset, but my question is, what brand? Is it HTC Vive, Valve, PlayStation VR, or Oculus? Preferably Oculus, that's my brand of choice. Hashtag not sponsored. However, during encounters he is replaced by his attack mode variant called Livewire Toy Freddy. In this form, his purple color changes to a fiery orange, he's covered in several glowing yellow circuit web textures, and he is no longer wearing his headset and reveals his bright yellow-green eyes. And just as I've described with System Era Toy Bonnie and High Score Toy Chica, this would be a likely entity to appear in the back rooms if it is indeed a developer room for the simulation. And it's 7, Mini-Renas. Mini-Renas are small, bare, female-style mannequin-like dolls that accompany Ballora in her gallery, dancing alongside of her. They seem to be modeled after artist mannequins, with articulated joints and heads that appear to be simply full white masks covering a ball joint at the neck. They do not have any details or moving facial parts, no teeth, no eyes, the only exception being during their jump scare animation, at which time they have glowing yellow irises. Potentially for paranormal reasons, but it's unclear. Their feet are colored in a pale white to make them look like they're wearing shoes, and when on stage with Ballora they wear tutus, like she does, because of course they do. How could they get any creepier? Only colored in white though, and less detailed than hers. However, they are completely bare during Sister Location's Night Force Springlock suit event, which makes me feel like I need to call Chris Hansen, but either way, these little fuckers are absolutely backrooms material. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Try and disagree with me. These are just trying to crawl inside me so that I'll burst from the inside like they do in Fazbear Frights' book Room for One More, or in the story Room for One More. But instead of escaping the backrooms, they just want me to explode. Or hell, they'll crawl inside me hoping that I'll escape so that I can take them with me. Just no, okay? hell no. Oh, hell no. And at 6, Toxic Springtrap. Toxic Springtrap is the second skin in the Wasteland event from FNAF AR, and he's also the first skin for Springtrap in that game. Toxic Springtrap has a repulsive appearance, covered in pale-like tumor-like warts, tentacle-like veins, and some moldy skin patches. And he also is exuding gassy fumes at all times, kinda like me. The infectious-looking traits, including his corpse, were shaded with purple and indigo tints as possibly a throwback to his iconic color of his Human Form's minigame appearance, the purple guy. But I mean, along the same lines as Radioactive Foxy, this is just a seemingly broken mechanic that would get thrown away for when they wanted to do the whole Apocalypse DLC in the simulation or something. This virus didn't kill us, so might as well try again with a series of mutated and toxic animatronics, right? Ha! Well, at least this version of Springtrap is still less toxic than some of my exes, and I will keep making that joke until it stops being true. Halfway through into number 5, Boulder Toy Bonnie. Boulder Toy Bonnie is a stone Toy Bonnie released on November 9th of 2020 in FNAF AR. He was also added as Toy Bonnie's second skin and the second member of the Haunted Forest event. Boulder Toy Bonnie is a completely gray Toy Bonnie made up entirely of stone. His body shows severe damage as parts of him have crumbled off and various cracks show throughout his stomach and limbs. He's also shown to be covered in moss and has vegetation growing out of some of the cracks in his body. Finally, his eye sockets are also completely empty like my soul, and he has a full set of upper teeth unlike his normal counterpart. And if this isn't just like the Five Nights at Freddy's version of Peanut, the SCP, I don't know what is, okay? Like this is just Peanut with a different paint job. For all I know, Boulder Toy Bonnie is probably reinforced with rebar. And while they may not be SCP-173, I still feel like this is the sort of behavior that we could expect from Bonnie, or at least this version of Bonnie in the backrooms. And I think it would actually fit in quite well, to be honest. I think it would work. Camera's on him, it pans away, and then he's gone. And for Springtrap. Springtrap, previously known as Spring Bonnie, is the main antagonist of FNAF 3 and a withered form of Spring Bonnie, and the main antagonist of the FNAF series overall. On the wiki, he is listed as being possessed by William Afton. However, the truth is that Springtrap is William Afton after surviving the Springlock failure scene in FNAF 3's minigames, surviving thanks to being possessed by the spirit of the one you should not have killed. But in the back rooms, he would absolutely be present, okay? This guy is an absolute menace, and being the main antagonist, if anyone is going to be there, William certainly would. And Springtrap is the most popular version of this character. Plus, his design seems to fit this style really well. Springtrap is a tattered, formerly yellow Springlock animatronic rabbit with olive green tints, notably on his stomach and the inside of his ears. Like with the withered animatronics from FNAF 2, Springtrap also appears to be in heavy disrepair, evident from the multiple tears throughout his body and wires poking out of his arms and legs. My thinking is that his withering though is due to him trying to get out of the suit by ripping it off of him, but clearly it didn't really work. Getting close to the end, and at number 3, Nightmare Animatronics. The Nightmare Animatronics are also heavily withered, exaggeratingly monstrous versions of the existing animatronics that reside inside the crying child's coma dream in FNAF 4. Most of the Nightmare Animatronics are featured with a deteriorated appearance and a big series of rips and holes all over their bodies, sporting a total of 10 fingers each with spike-like claws attached. Great, wonderful. Also an excessively large amount of long, dangerously sharp teeth. They also have small metallic eyes, because of course they do. Their endoskeleton heads look suspiciously similar to that of a human skull, with a line of indentations down their forehead, and considering their name, it's literally the Nightmare Animatronics that I think would absolutely be fitting to be in the back rooms. I mean, like, look at them and tell me that these buggers don't belong here, and you'll be lying to me. But at least you're not under oath. But ultimately, in at number 2, Plushtrap. You've completed a mini-game in Help Wanted, alright? The DLC or the main game. You spent the last 10 minutes being terrified out of your wits because you could have died, but it's okay now. It's all over and you're safe. You see a gift box in front of you and this spooky barn-like thing, and you've decided that, you know what, you've earned yourself a little treat. So after throwing some darts at some clown posters to see if there is one, you end up cranking that handle and you wait for your sweet treat. But then, all of a sudden, Plushtrap decides that, you know what, you should have died instead in that minigame, so he jump scares you. This event is a number of things, but possible in the back rooms, in my mind, is one of them. You stumble upon a random box with a handle that you start to crank. You hear the Pop Goes the Weasel song playing slowly, and suddenly you have a damn tiny burnt tortilla ass looking rabbit monster chasing you all throughout the back rooms. That makes sense, but no thank you. Not gonna happen. I don't like it. I mean, I like it. It's a good idea, but don't do it. And finally, in at number 1, Glamrock Freddy. Glamrock Freddy, also just simply known as Freddy Fazbear, is Freddy's Glamrock counterpart who appears in FNAF Security Breach as ally to the player. He's also the only animatronic in the Pizzaplex that wasn't corrupted by Vanny's power, at least so we think. Go check out another video for that one. But unlike his counterparts, he actively assists and protects Gregory, and I think his purpose would be much the same in the backrooms. With everything we've seemed to be throwing in here, with the last like 2 lists and this one, we could really use an ally, okay? And Freddy could be that ally. The actual mech function would be of great help as long as we're the size of a 4-year-old, but either way, he could definitely help fight off the other monsters like he does in the Phaser Blast ending for Security Breach. Freddy could also gain power-ups, prize boxes such as longer battery life, and this would be the perfect reason to continue exploring the backrooms other than just trying to find a way out. And it would really give the series an added layer of intrigue, and honestly, if it was me, it would prevent me from just sitting there and dying, because I'd actually want to be able to upgrade him so that I could find a way out, because if I didn't, I would have just given up. Anyways guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video unless I no-clip through the world again.